So we are just going to play it by the year. Today is the 1st of September 2025. It's a Monday. It is 1:30 in the afternoon, 13:32. So it's good. We start now. What we're going to do is I haven't really been on the pendulum yesterday and today on purpose. I just needed a break. The last session came to an end and there was nothing more to be done. So I did speak a bit to the pendulum yesterday, but I needed to take a break. I really needed a break. So I did take a proper break. And now I'm back. I don't really have a plan. Um, I can tell you what happened this morning. I can tell you what happened in my sleep. And then you can decide how you want to take it forward and how you want to play it. So I'm sleeping and I'm like fast asleep. I have a dream. I don't know. There's like a huge dream that I have. Some of it makes sense. Most of it, I can understand the situation, but it doesn't make sense. I've not been in the situation. It is somebody else's situation. Anyway, I come out of my sleep. And when I do come out of my sleep, what I do see is the ex-husband, some version of him. Okay, I see his face very clearly. Otherwise, I've never been able to see. Somehow, it's just very, very hazy because there are so many different versions of him that it becomes very difficult to. He looks very different from what you see on screen today. There is a Sanjeev Lekhraj that has been put out on the internet. That boy looks nothing like what I saw today, unedited. Means no edits on him. Maybe when he was in college, that kind of look, I'm not sure, but he is clear, very, very clear as how he is. Anyway, it's good I saw him. He is no more in the body, and it is okay. They can make hundreds of him. There's no point. If my pendulum is saying he's no more, it is okay. I was never with him to start with. Maybe this boy has shapeshifted for Mr. JAYA.ADVANI. He can, because he's 5'9", 5'10" in height. But real Mr. JAYA.ADVANI is a cutie pie. He's still my dad who has produced me. I couldn't have been born from Sanjeev Lekhraj. Or Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj. He's only 2 years older than I am. My father had me when I was he was about 36 years old. So he got married a little late, as is in our family. My grandmother, my nanny, got married very late. So I'm just wondering, how did Audrey come into her fold? There's no question of it. So anyway, whatever it is, we leave it. As long as it wasn't stolen, doesn't matter. We come alone, we go alone. We've got our own life over here. We have grown in a different way. We have just grown with whatever culture we were born into, and we've grown accordingly. So we are most comfortable. So it's okay. All I'm saying is, we're comfortable up to a point, but I have my own values. I think at least South Bombay has the same values. We could be an eyesore or a sore thumb in some other state or in some other country. I don't know. But luckily for me, Bangalore, Bombay are two places from infancy I've been coming and going from. Settled in Bombay, so I don't see it as a problem. These are the two places I'm most comfortable with. Now, the thing that I'm trying to tell you is, the topic came up of the Illuminati and the Freemasons. I don't know anybody, but I don't know. They irritated me in the sleep. So finally I just had to say, don't go on about the Illuminati. The meaning of Illuminati is, I don't know how to be illuminated. Na ati means I don't know in Hindi. To illuminate is to illuminate, to be a lit being. But if I don't know how to be a lit being, but I call myself a lit being, then I'm a big problem to everybody. Right? Don't irritate me in my sleep. Yes, parasites have to eat on other people's energy. I'm sleeping. It's bloody night. Don't do that. Other one is Freemasons. Now Bhagavad Gita has 4 stations of life. What is the Mason station in life? Please find out in those 4. Either he is a business person or he is doing service. But you have to eat. You are a free soul. You want to be free, but you are going against the doctrines established way before. Then you are a tied Atma, tied to your own bad karma. But you are going and throwing your trash on other people. You parasite. Why you can't sustain on your own energy? Why you have to go gnawing at other people's energy? How empowered are you? You have chased a girl's tail. Do you mind? How dare you? So anyway, when you go back into the afterlife, you're going to get a firing of your life from Shirdi Sai Baba. With no excuse. Directly, evidence established in the past, documented, for you to refer to. Then your behavior, what you have spewed in society. All big, nice. What kind of jargon? Fancy jargon. Following to absolutely useless. Harassing an old woman, that's your level of disempowerment, that you anything you can know of, you'll know of. What you are doing when I'm sleeping in the night? I'm coughing, I'm sleeping, you're still talking shit in my ear? How dare you? How you can be empowered? You are disempowered. That parasite, anything you will just chew on. Look around my room, can we see you? No, you bloody hiding. But if you are from the lit realms, you should be standing out like light. Here everything is dark. Can't even look, can't find you. So what you are all about? Hello, anybody over here? I left in between, right? I asked you a couple of questions and then I got to having lunch. Also offering you lunch. Because I say you should be happy. Shirdi Sai Baba told me offer the buttermilk last night. But I was so tired, I didn't even do the pendulum yesterday. So whatever I didn't do yesterday, I had to do today, right? So you've eaten nice paneer, your favorite, along with the chaas that he asked for, buttermilk. So I've offered that little thing to you. Please enjoy it. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do is, so I had to give you also some relaxation time. I should have just let you know. But then when I got up, I went to get you something. But once I got into getting you something, I said, let's finish everything else. Let's finish lunch also. Let's just finish everything. Okay. So anyway, now the point is, are you okay to speak? My question to you is, recently from the Illuminati and the Freemasons, has somebody passed away? Is it an open passing away? It is a stealth mode passing away, which means there is a replica for somebody in that Illuminati or Freemasons. The soul that has recently passed away got a firing from Shirdi Sai Baba of how they have gone and spread menace. Finally, it's come to eat them only. Anyway, the soul that has gone away into the afterlife, is it one person who has gone into the afterlife from the Illuminati and the Freemasons? Does it have any relevance to what I was shown of Oprah with one black eye and then so many other people like her who are very, they have started from the ground level and they have done very well for themselves. They're very great influencers in society. They're good for society in some way. So I was shown many, many, many people just like her, all with one black eye. I can just say one gouged out eye and the other one open. And it looked like all of them been stolen from. So it had nothing to do with the Oprah Winfrey. Who has exited is more influential than Oprah Winfrey? Stealth mode? Anyway, this bunch of people, since they've been removed unceremoniously from their body stealth mode, can you tell me they're going to the higher realms? Have they earned the higher realms? Is Sanjeev Lekhraj one of them, or a shapeshifter for Sanjeev Lekhraj one of them? Is it that who started the cloning or who has some ability to do research or paid for research for cloning, creating amends in the world? Is it somebody with huge amount of money who spent that money on research for cloning? Amongst them is somebody of that sort? Primarily what I understand is there are many people who have passed on, right? You say more than one. So amongst them somebody is of this quality where he has spent a lot of money, got a lot of research done, and kind of cracked how to clone. But that has gone into the hands of the criminals, I'm guessing. And that creates mayhem in the world. Am I at least 50% on track? I could not be fully on track, but have I got a little idea of what it is? Is Shirdi Sai Baba as the guru of the gods and the upper realms, keeping in mind what is righteous action, what is meritorious action, what is enjoined in our scriptures, unedited, and the ancient scriptures in its pure form? Is Shirdi Sai Baba, through the Trinity and the gods and the demigods, is he willing to sort this issue out on earth? Has he started working on it? Because sometimes I get very, very, very tired. I say I don't know what I'm doing and it's eating my energy. So I'd rather just, I don't even mind if I'm just scanning through YouTube endlessly and not able to watch also something. But even that is preferable than, getting all this information but not knowing how to handle it. So is Shirdi Sai Baba willing to deal with the issue in the appropriate manner to sort this huge menace that has speared itself and spread itself on earth? He's willing to deal with the issue and to sort it. This issue that's so problematic will get sorted in how much time, can you tell me? Is there a time frame you can give me? Next 1 year? Will it be sorted in 1 year's time? Will it be sorted in 2 years' time? Will it be sorted in 2 years' time, darling? Will it be sorted in 3 years' time? Will it be sorted in 4 years' time? 5 years time, 6 years time, 7 years time, this is going to be sorted in 7 years time, within the next 7 years. Now recently they've put Audrey some ET on me. I went and had a face wash last evening and I got a big shock. Nice fat face with a fat body with Audrey's look. What they are doing all the time I can't understand. Sometimes they're making me like a Keralite. Then they're making me like a brown woman. Then they are making me like some European nice cute lady. Then they are making me, now yesterday I saw like Audrey. Before that like Lalu Prasad. All the time my looks are changing. I don't understand. Is there a time I'm going to get my own normal looks, whatever it is, I don't know, for better or for worse? What I was born as a baby. Will I get my normal looks? Mama, I'm your baby only. I'm Kani.ADVANI and Anu Sadrangani's daughter. They are calling me Benam all the time. Is Mr. Hukumat-Rai Gurmukh Das Advani and Mrs. Kalavati Hukumat-Rai Advani with you? They are my Dada Dadi. Mrs. Parpati Sadrangani and Mr. Ramchand Sadrangani. They are my Nana Nani. Nani Nana. So then these guys should not call me Benam all the time. They are irritating me. I fired them in the night. At 3-4 in the morning, they are waking me up talking nonsense. Full night they are talking some nonsense. Whole night they keep chopping in my ear. Irritants. Anyway, now you want me to do a throw? Okay, first you tell me, am I wearing a navy blue t-shirt today? Am I wearing an absolutely plain t-shirt today? Am I wearing my usual light blue t-shirt with 2 flowers on it as of today? It could be 2 flowers, 2 leaves, whatever it is, two things. Okay, so you are with me, so I will go ahead and do the throw. Okay, you talk. I will use the pendulum to ask you if I need to question you about anything. Okay, lots of love, lots of hugs, lots of kisses to all and everybody. Also, 1 minute before I go, I want to understand one thing. You said they're coming in a litter of puppies, this whole lot. Can you tell me how many of them are incarnating on earth as animals? Will you be able to give me the number who Shirdi Sai Baba has sanctioned? First lot you told me is a litter of puppies. But is it only puppies that are going to be born? Are they only going to be born in the form of puppies? Okay, how many of them are going to be born in the animal kingdom? Can you tell me? About 100 of them from your this group of 500 to 600 people who have met Shirdi Sai Baba. 100 people, 100 souls are going to be born on earth now in the animalistic form. More than 100? No, from this core group that Shirdi Sai Baba has met, would you say 300 are going to be reincarnating as animals on earth? 500 are going to be reincarnating as animals on earth. Are you telling me in this group of 500 to 600 people, very few people are going to stay back in the afterlife and the majority is going to be reincarnating on earth in some form or the other going forward and will be here for the next 15 years? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So out of the 500, 600 people, the majority needs to return, but for a short lifespan. Okay, can you give me some information on Audrey Hepburn or Audrey Hepburn Rastow? Is she with you guys? She's in the higher realms. Is she going to be reincarnating with the rest of them? She's also going to reincarnate for her purpose. Is she also going to be like Varsha for only 15 years on earth when she reincarnates? At least this one round. Varsha and she are the same. They're both one soul. Anu Sadrangani and Audrey Hepburn Rastow are the same. Both one soul. Jaya.ADVANI holding the pendulum over here and Audrey Hepburn Rastow are one soul. So we're all individual souls. We come alone and go alone. We get connected by the soul being the source of the Supreme Being, and that's gifted to each of us, untainted. That's what connects us and makes us Advait. And we become more Advait if we join the Supreme Being in thought, deed, action all the time and merge back into the Supreme Being. Then that's also another state of Advait. Stealing, cheating, lying, grabbing things that don't belong to us by birth is Advait. Wearing people's ego is Advait. Ego and ET. Wearing other people's ETs is Advait. Other people's reels. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the Scrabble throw to see what you want to say. Is that okay? Okay. So first thing first, we just show you our t-shirt, what it is. Now we will just do the Scrabble throw. And see what she wants to say. So Shirdi Sai Baba, please guide the Scrabble throw along with whoever the Atmas are who are talking through this, what you would like to say. Thank you for dealing with the situation because it is getting quite tiresome, frankly telling you. Let's just bring this here. I don't understand why yell. My mom will ask me, why are you yelling? So anyway, some Rene ER connected with New York, some English ER, Om, Lo. I think she's trying to say the word year, but we don't have an A because that's what they're sitting and talking a lot of shit in the ears. Understand one thing, this is India, we're sleeping, don't disturb our sleep. I don't care who you are. First and foremost, realize one thing. Whatever MOU you have grabbed, you have taken it from criminals. If at all we have ever sold any property, it's a trade deal, not for you to misuse. Then to dare to call yourself ER, that's bullshit. Today when cloning has become such a nuisance, such a parasitic menace, how you can even call yourself ER with this kind of behavior when you behave more shaking hands with the criminals? Who are you really? Becomes the question of the hour, based on your behavior, not on your title. Why ER English Rene New York Loom? OYER English Rene New York Mole. So you are spies. What you are calling yourself ER? You are a spy. Spies have to be in disguise. Then you can hide out whenever and wherever. You have dared to call the bloody NIA, National Intelligence Agency को ये युवा बुलाता है. Can you imagine? सिर्फ एक बेवकूफ ऐसे बात करे. The National Intelligence Agency of India is it's a very serious job. Nobody, not even a child in India, will say NIA Yuva. No, they will not. They will not do that. But somebody who's pretending to be things they are not. They have no intelligence. They have no knowledge. They're idiotic. वो ऐसे बात करे. You're not even from this land. You are probably from a place where you haven't studied much. You mustn't have studied too much. You have a PhD without studies in the slate of hand. That's all you have. Scamming, luring, lying, grabbing, knocking off and just making people late and replicating. That research work also is somebody else's, not yours. You're very good at grabbing other people's stuff. So when you are calling NIA, Yuva, no, that means you are not from here. You are calling them children, calling them youth. And what are you trying to do? Dilute the seriousness of what they do? What you are trying to do? Dilute the seriousness of their jobs and their job titles? What you are trying to do? Na, tu bachcha hai, tu mat kar. You don't have the qualification is, you are a bumbling teenager. Yuva hai, kaam mat kar. What you are trying to do? What you are trying to do? The psychological twisting and warfare you have started as early as 85. It's not okay. तो मोल होता है. What is the mole? The spy. So this is going back to Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi, you are the PM of this country. If you are going to call the NIA Yuva, then how you can be the PM of this country? I have got consistently that Narendra Damodar Das Modi is no more in his human body. There are 12 people, 14 people shape-shifting for the PM's position in many places. It is criminals in key positions. The only idea they have is to run with the treasury of India, America, Russia. There are plenty of billionaires who have gone missing in China. So Mr. Modi harassing elderly people who are 52 years, 53 years old age. That makes you a great PM? Renee is your girl. Renee is what? Is she Sushmita Sen's daughter? But then that has got to do with the film industry. How do you come to know people who are in the film industry? And how do you use them as moles? How you can be the PM? Simply because at the end of the day, we've had plenty of development in India with no connection to the films. Raj Babbar and all started campaigning much later. And from that time, lots of things have deteriorated. Not to blame Raj Babbar, all I'm saying is, there's a very thin line between espionage and acting. And there's a very thin line, it gets even murkier when the underworld is involved. Criminals are involved and they are crisping themselves, getting rid of key, very competent, skillful people, whether it is corporate governance, whether it is country governance, any kind of skillful work, whether it is the police, whether it is the army, whether it is the military. India's defense, any defense. You know that the FBI and the CIA have been given termination letters by your mole in America, pretending to be what? Trump and Elon Musk. That girl has stolen my passport. Involved in those two camps. With whose blessings from Bombay? It's all criminal activity. There is not an iota of righteousness in it. Yet you have held the Bhagavad Gita, read 4 lines Patra, talking about righteousness and unrighteousness. To do what? All the most unrighteous deeds. Don't mess around in my home and don't get people who will come to do delivery in my home to insult me. You are an insult by an Atma and as an Atma. Don't hold the Bhagavad Gita. When I am born in a business family, born in a Zamindar's family, how dare you bring me down to another level? That cheap show every year that happens. on the back of Salman Khan. Yet he is not supposed to be alive. So SKF, what do you do through that? Who is giving it the TRPs? It is a sham and it is highly shameless criminal activity. Each and every year ever since 2009. Out of control shamelessness 2013 onwards. Murmu is looking more like she's from Africa. If I can establish it very clearly. My reading has established Bartila, who you used as a coin and as a pawn on the chessboard, on the back of which so many people have lost their lives. We are talking about a mass exodus. Filthy play by incompetent governance, but great competency when it comes to criminal activity. Don't know how these people are using Nero. You better find out how they are using Nero. Nero is for publishing advertisements. Whether it is late Mr. Bezos, according to my pendulum, if he's alive, my apologies, but my reading is saying he's no more, along with his wife Scott McKinsey. And all the 420 business has started year to entry from their company ever since 2015, the very beginning. Maybe even little earlier, slow and steady. Now, if Washington Post is where the first lot of moles enter, they will spread themselves in every place in journalism the way they got rid of Vineet Jain and Samir Jain in India. There is a guy from Iraq and a guy from Cyprus who are sitting in both places. Nero could be carrying some viruses or some hidden spy something, or then some listening in devices, or then live cams. Most Americans like to work late, they also take their work home. The CIA and the FBI, after Quantico has happened, I have a feeling perhaps little like this only has started from that time. Today you got your termination letter. Today you don't even know how many of you are actually dead. Murdered, if I can use the right word. Mass exodus. You better wake up to what is being told to you, otherwise don't know. Your Illuminati, some of those people who had so much money, used it, I don't know in which manner, it has come to eat them only up alive. Greed is never good. Going against the ancient scriptures is never good for anybody. Very self-defeating, no matter how it is packaged. It's your choice. Today you are in such a flux, you don't know now even what was my suggestion to you people. Don't divide yourselves around the world. Please stick together like a school of fish, because they want to make you vulnerable, so they'll quickly get rid of you. They know how to do this. In India, they've done this from 1986, 85 onwards. You are now like cassata, so easy to cut. Something to do with money. Now the thing with New York is the stock market too. Are they going in for Manhattan stock market, Wall Street? So some connection with Renee, New York, something to do with the money, something to do with rolling money. Maybe she had a broker. Let's hope that boy who is shapeshifting for Sanjeev Lekraj wasn't the broker she did some work through. Don't know. This is going to New York. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. What I'm supposed to do with this. To roll money in the stock market is common. Something to do with the reel connected with the money. Roy is supposed to have left his body and gone. Mr. Himanshu Roy. I was thinking Sudhanshu. Mr. Himanshu Roy. आज ही हम शू बोल रहे थे. I don't know why. So anybody, no matter what, I don't think it is against, as long as it's your own money, I don't think there are any rules and regulations for not putting money in the foreign stock market. There are many people who are churning money in different economies. There are many NRIs who still keep their fixed deposits in India because the highest interest they get here, and keep churning it in different developing economies. ये बहुत time से हो रहा है. So what's the big deal? I don't understand. I myself have never done these things. I don't have enough money to do all this. I am JAYA.ADVANI. I am the original JAYA.ADVANI. My passport was stolen in 96. Kabir Gupta is my cousin. Nikhil Advani is my cousin. But these people have gone and created clones, or they are shape-shifting. Then they are grabbing our PAN cards. I don't know what they keep doing. We ourselves don't go anywhere. And if we do, we are not going to the West. It's too expensive from India and the globe. So we've gone to the East. My cousins could have gone to the West. But so anyway, I don't know what this is. Lear, Roy, New York money. Lee, E.R., Roy, New York money. So this name Lee keeps coming up. Lee कौन है पता नहीं. Bruce Lee, Chus Lee, not sure. Don't know, Baba. Then we've got the money or was Lee in New York connected with Roy. So somebody was investigating, someone was doing some investments, maybe churning money, maybe speculating, don't know. I don't understand what I am supposed to do here. Oh my, this is what I was talking about. So either this is the English I of the ER money, or it is got to do with the Illuminati. That's also the I. Today we've had a very, very, frankly, I've had the first half of my morning has been actually pondering on the role of the Illuminati and then the Freemasons. And I've said lots of things, I meant all of it. Don't irritate me when I'm sleeping in the night. I get those many hours to sleep. This drains me. Doing these, I don't do this for fun. I get nothing out of it. So the least you can do is not disturb my sleep. Okay? And anyway, understand one thing. When you have taken something, you have done a short changing of me. You have taken my stuff, not asked my permission, just gone and done some deals with people without keeping me in the loop. I am supposed to sit and take care of law and order over here, or the ones in law and order are supposed to take care of law and order. तो अगर चोर हमारा घर घुसा है हमारा बाप देख के या हमारा बहन देख के, तो what I can do? Tomorrow if I'm rude with my father, he turns out to be my real father, you will say she's a rakshasni, she's a witch, she doesn't treat her parents properly. In my family, nobody breathes down anybody's neck. You're taught what is right, what is wrong. You're expected to be an adult and follow the right path. We are all independent beings. None of us breathing down people's backs. One born and brought up in slums. अब जो है नौटंकी 420 क्रिमिनल जो है चेहरा कोई रिश्तेदार के बना के लेके आवे, यार इतना 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 इंटेलिजेंट है, बाहर वाले को अंदर वाला बना के बोलेगा इसको, now you need to take care of this. It's not going to happen. My family, nobody goes bouncing on other people. Nobody. Everyone is self-sufficient, takes care of ourselves. Each one takes care of ourselves. Come alone, go alone. हमको ये 420 क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी जो तू करता रहता है और क्रिमिनल्स के साथ तू देता रहता है, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बी गिविंग विद इट. यू अंडरस्टूड? आर लोनर आई मनी. अब पता नहीं क्या है. आई एम अ लोनर नॉट आउट ऑफ माई ओन थिंग, इट्स जस्ट हाउ लाइफ हैज वर्कड आउट फॉर मी. आई लाइक हैंगिंग अराउंड ओनली माई फैमिली, माई कजन्स. आई डोंट लाइक आउटसाइडर्स. So I'm kind of a loner, but then Ankur is also got the name loner. अंकुर पटोडिया जो हमको लगता है उसमें जो है, he used to say मेरा दाएं आंख बरक रहा है, हमारा बाएं आंख बरक रहा है, something like that. And it is natural progression. For every one person, 6 people can be created. पूछो उसके बारे. He, according to me, has shape-shifted for SRK. He knows lots of information according to me. So the eye and the winking and the wrinkling and all that is already been spoken about. The eye is the Illuminati sign. But the Illuminati is only as good as what your members are. If you got criminals rear to entry all cloned and they're all from I don't know which backgrounds, you're not the Illuminati then. Can the Illuminati sort out who are the clones from the originals? Your third eye is winking. Skin is twinkling to find out who is who. Hair standing up on a scaredy cat. तो नीर is who? नीर डोसा comes from where? You please tell me. तो अंकुर पटोडिया केरला का है, पालाकाड, पालगढ़, पता नहीं कहाँ का है. Find out. Neer is from Kerala. Neer dosa comes from Kerala. Neer dosa comes from where? Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. I know it's not Karnataka. Neer dosa, according to me, is Tamil Nadu and Kerala. I could be wrong. Correct me. But it is from South India. तो लोनर जो है अंकुर पटोडिया ही है. You should say my left eye is twitching, right eye is twitching. It has its own significations for every one person who acts pricey. 6 more faces. Ditto around the world can be created. Nobody is indispensable. My wife has just produced a baby girl. My brother was in some dance bar in Kamatipura. He was busy getting a tight little slap on his face and he was putting money into the girls. dress, ghagra, and wherever, whatever. That was the culture. 1997. Come, I'll show you the real Bombay. So we went to see Kamatipura in the night after dinner and a movie. Chor Bazaar, Vaidoni, all that kind of stuff, which we had never been to. There's no need to. But since we are a little enamored by the boy, anything he says is supposed to be researched. So we go. Yes, he's the same boy who got triggered off suddenly. Again, it's just a normal dinner with a movie. 3 couples. After which 3 couples go their own way. And one of the couple, he says, let's go for a drive. We go for a drive. That drive turns out to be quite a scary experience. He wants to show us what it is to feel fear and what it is to cry. To take us again on that harbour line all the way to drop me in Khandala, which is a hill station which takes about 3.5 hours under normal circumstances, or 4 hours. It's considered a weekend holiday hill station. My mum has her bungalow there. He's not taking me to my mum's bungalow. He wants to drop me off in the middle of the nowhere in the in like some very hilly area of Khandala, and find my way back from there on my own. So if a very small thing can trigger him suddenly during a drive, and he is brought down to normalcy, because as luck has it, we make a call to my sister and she calls her boyfriend and he calls his whole network connected with our network. They all come to know about it. The boy has no choice but after 10 minutes to turn around and take me back home. But if there is nobody who knows better, and if this was his first experience, 1997, then did the same boy end up with like-minded people, abducting people on a trigger, or then without a trigger but with support from other people while as part of crew, while shooting and shape-shifting. With 3 drivers, 4 drivers in your house, why you need to do airport duty or drop and pick people? I don't come from the nurse background. I would suggest you do your research properly before you throw insults at people who don't want to know you. So anyway, I don't know what that is. Lo rom money I near. According to me, the I is primarily either the Illuminati. He has shapeshifted for somebody in the Illuminati. Boys who are of the height of 5'5" to 5'7", you have to be very careful of them, and especially when they are very thin. The whole purpose of them being very thin is so that they can wear the skin. And that's gotten a lot better with the ETs and the, I don't know what you want to call it, bodysuit, prosthetics, crisping. Anything can become anything. This research you have been doing, the first time I heard about this research is when I was still in school, maybe 1988-89. Again, then little reference to it when I was in college, around 1991. Then in 2006, and then finally 2009. and a little in 2004. So it's been an ongoing research. You must find out who in the Illuminati or Freemasons had so much money that they spent it with no questions. Who got this research done? Those people are no more. They will have their clones in place, but if those clones happen to be criminals, then you so had it. They got the money, they got the face, they got the name, but they're criminals. The original is no more. There's a boy called Ronnie. So we keep getting the name Ronnie, but we don't know how to understand who is Ronnie. So there is many components. There is Lo, there is Ronnie, there is Om, there is I, there is Neer. Okay. There is Moni also. Moni is actually, there are two Monis I know. There is a Moni who studied in school with me, not school, college. I had her first name, now again I have forgotten. She's from Jaipur, Rajasthan somewhere, who studied in HR college, light-eyed, very sweet girl. Moni, I've forgotten her name. I knew her full name, I can't remember it now. She knew Amin, she was Amin's friend. That's one Moni. The other Moni that I heard of but never met is Kiran Merchant, my mom's second husband's wife, Manik Lal's daughter. Married to somebody in the Videocon family is what I was told. But my mom and Kiran uncle never kept in touch with anybody ever since they got married in 84, 85, whenever they got married. Suddenly, they started meeting everybody. And I found it a little strange, even some people who he's been in the third standard, second standard friends with, some man called Girish. They say they played as kids in that area. So that cannot be Kiran uncle, because Kiran uncle and my mom decided they were not interested in being part of, let's just say, the normal city life. So if they didn't do that before, they're not going to start suddenly, unless they're not clones and duplicates. Even though it seems so difficult for you to down, but that is the problem. That is the only problem. It's been weaponized in such a manner. I say Manik Lal was accused of stealing money or then owing the market some big money. But from which year? If he and his family have lived as business people, opposite Mr. Narottam Das Merchant, who is a very shrewd man. The Gujaratis, they're business people, money lenders. They lend money to people. They know how to retrieve their stuff. He's got some chawl buildings also, which is, if he decides to raise it down, that land, each land is a considerable amount. He has given it it's like charity, he's given it to people to live in, and they have, it's old rent, now they're living over there. Nobody's going to, it's not my place to say anything, but whatever it is, all I'm saying is this man was well established from the 1800s. His family was well established. So in case there is some kind of a trait in the boy that his daughter's getting married to, the boy lives in the building opposite to where my mom's second husband's father lived at. If there are bad traits in the boy, he's not going to allow his daughter to get married to that boy. They've had a love marriage. The boy is a Marwadi, this is a Gujarati. They get along pretty okay. They have watched those two families growing in time. Suddenly he owes the market money. How so? Also, Mr. Narottam Das Merchant was money lending to the film industry. Did that attract the wrong kind of people? And you never think how it could happen. It is always an outsider that creates distress for the actual family, simply because they know they're not part of the family. They're allowed to come live over there with the idea of another idea altogether. So if the slate was clean for that family, all Maniklal's family, through some previous generations, including while he was growing up, and suddenly it started being a problem, that means there was a clone who entered over there. He was an outsider. You cannot repeat the show everywhere you go. Everybody doesn't suddenly become crazy and start messing around. No, it's always the work of an outsider. Especially if there is enough for you to look at and say, okay, this is the trend with this family. Has it happened before? What was this person's personality type when they decided, okay, this alliance works? No, you need to get into all of that. You need to go into the timeline. Now we don't know who it is in terms of money. Moni, if she was lured by somebody who's from Kerala or then from Tamil Nadu, wherever near dosa has eaten. Also, yes, Renee is also here, but I don't understand how Renee can be. She's too young. She's elderly, my age, or little older than me. She's too young. Maybe both girls got cheated in some way by that whose eye keeps blinking, winking, primarily twitching. I don't know anybody in my family who has this problem. There is Samir Sharma who had a problem with his eyes. Shamlu Sharma's brother. But the last that I met Samir Sharma in 2016 sometime, 15-16 sometime at Warsaw, Kabir and Shamlu had visited Bombay. So we had gone to some night, I don't know, it was just a lounge kind of a place. And over there I noticed his eyes had stopped blinking, and I was saying, hey, 1 minute, his problem of his eyes, which is always, he can't keep he has a problem of both eyes, not one eye twitching. Ankur Patodia spoke about हमारा दाएं आँख फरकता है, हमारा बाएं आँख तरफ फरकता है, which means right eye is twitching, left eye is twitching, something of that sort. But the one who has a problem in keeping his eyelids in place is Samir Sharma, Shamlu Sharma's brother. But the last time I saw him, he didn't have that problem. That was 2015-16 sometime. He was more in control of it. He works in the film industry, small screen. More low I Rene, New York. So maybe these guys have been stolen from by people who either were eyeing their money or are part of the Illuminati, or then somebody whose eyes twitch a lot. Connected with Neer Dosa land, which is Tamil Nadu or then Kerala. All the way to New York. That's strange. Connected with Roy also has indirectly or directly done some investigation on this. So if Mr. Roy was alive, he would probably know what the situation is. I don't know what it is. Oh, yes. The railroad. So, is the version of Sanjeev Lekhraj which you showed me today, that guy shapeshifted for Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj, but is actually from railroad? You know what happens when you grow up in a particular area? So we grew up where? At Marine Lines. New Marine Lines. Where did all my relatives and friends and all of them stay? Cuff Parade and Nepensi Road and Malabar Hill and Breach Candy. That's it. 10's over there. Now, when I get a chance to move out of Fort Jaswell, where would I like to go? Given a chance, I'm resettling down. Where would I like to go? Ideally, to the places I'm used to, considered better residential areas than my own residential area. Depending on how deep the pocket is, it will be between these areas only. Cuff Parade, Nepensi Road, Breach Candy, Malabar Hill, in and around that area. Some in Carmichael Road also, not affordable. So, you know what is the strange part? When I was engaged to this boy who was supposed to be SRL, Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj, Cotton Ball boy, he talks about wanting to buy an apartment at 5 Point Garden, an area I don't even know exists simply because it's on the harbour line, a place I don't ever go to. You say, no, it is possible. I say also, okay, it is possible. But where are Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj's relatives from the time I've been going to preschool? Where were they staying? His entire social network lives on entirely, mostly in Cuff Parade. Most of them. Maybe some people in Carmichael Road, Breach Candy, possible. Where does this boy want to go and buy in 5 Point Garden? That's the harbour line. Parel, close to Cotton Green Railroad. When you have shown me in the dream the one-room chawl in a wooden building, then if you are getting out of there in your area that you are used to hanging around, where perhaps some of your friends and relatives do live. None of ours live in that Parel. None of our relatives live in Cotton Green. None of we don't know that area. But you know that area because you come from that area. But when you are from that area and you're looking at better places, the comfort level is where you have grown up. Then in that comfort level area where you have grown up, 5 Point Garden is like Malabar Hill for you. I was very shocked when he said, I want to buy an apartment here in 5 Point Garden. He took me over there also to see it. It looks like an old Parsi colony in Kulaba, something of that sort. So I say, where did you get the idea of 5 Point Garden? Out of everything. Your work is in Kulaba. Cotton World and Phoenix Mills compound didn't even come up till much later. Cotton World, where the Lekhrajs go to work, is in Kulaba. Every day they have their corporate office plus the basement shop. Mostly in Kulaba in those days. All their relatives are in Cuff Parade. Where 5 Point Garden, I can't understand. Or 3 Point Garden, whatever it is called. That's in Parel. That means this boy was comfortable in and around that harbour line and is not who he says he is, because the real Sanjeev Rajan Lake Raj was a 8-year-old or a 7-year-old along with Anand Khandelwal in Dalamal building, Tough Parade, where he was living with Mr. Prakash Lekhraj and Kamal Lekhraj, his wife, along with Rajan Lekhraj and Huri Lekhraj as a joint family. Huri Lekhraj and Rajan Lekhraj were asked by Mr. Rajan Lekhraj's father to leave. And in a week's time, Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj says they had to pack up and go away to Bangalore, come to Bangalore and expand their business of Cotton World. That boy has grown up in infancy in Dalamal, which is Cuff Parade, next to President Hotel. When he's come back to Bombay, he wants to obviously hang around where his friends and family are. So 5 Point Garden is out of the question. Whoever met me on that day was a shapeshifter. My question to you is, why do you bring shapeshifters into a situation if you're not interested? First and foremost, when it comes to meeting this boy, it took me 3 years to meet him. 3 years. With suggestions every 6 months. So I most certainly was not chasing tail, nor was I desperate to marry. That is Kanaya, again a shapeshifter, who would have twisted stories and also turned away very good proposals while I was in college. So you have to be very careful, because you just don't know who is who. They all look the same, but they're not the same. It's the behavior that gives them away. And you have to be very logical to understand it behavioral pattern wise before it is very late. But the good part is Shirdi Sai Baba says in the next 7 years he's planning to deal with it. And that will be a huge relief for Earth. That's all I can tell you. You don't want good people, good families being broken up, hard work being just taken into the bloody mud, in the mudslide, criminals just grabbing it because they're wearing the face of the originals. They have done so much damage, it's not a joke. Are they planning to take her money and send her away in the moon? As I told you, Ray Road's relatives are in SpaceX, Tesla, Trump camp. It's the same nexus, along with 7,500 from Regina Pasch's Boys and Girls. Along with Fernandez, who does the job of lying, sympathy gardening, fibbing, intercepting, communication. But to be able to make anything into anything, Ray Road has grabbed that. Ray Road was put into place for Suchitra Mirchandani-ADVANI. Please find out Mr. Parsaram Mirchandani, Mrs. Nirmala Mirchandani, Mr. Mahesh Mirchandani, Mr. Raj Mirchandani. What were they actually doing? Why was my dadi more fond of Suchitra Mirchandani-ADVANI 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82? Or at least till my dadi was alive till 80, 81. Soon after that, within 2 years, my parents split. 2-3 years they split. Raj Mirchandani and Mahesh Mirchandani were working in Sharjah. What were they really doing? Were they connected with anything that was blue-blooded? Why is that position so important? Because she has taken her place from where all this has spread. Chitru Mirchandani is supposed to have been murdered in 1986. The one who stood in since then is not the original Chitru Mirchandani, Advani. That is the stealth mode through which whatever has spread. And it is a virus, a virulent parasitic virus worldwide. Or they have managed to steal from large corporates, now they just want to take the treasury. India, America, Russia. That's all that there is on the plate. The rest of it will collapse on its own. Black and white, we're letting you know it. So do they want to send her to the moon? Why? Same with the ER connected with Yellen. Yellen is Europe. What is funny over here is Yere means mad. Your friend is mad, madder. Everyone loves this girl. She promises them lots of things. Whether she delivers it or not is anybody's guess. All the delivery boys in Bombay, all the waiters, including here, madder, your parcel. Madder doesn't own my bloody fucking home. My too. You don't dare call it dimes. My 2 BHK apartment over here is mine. I'm JAYA.ADVANI, a single divorced woman. You biometric your bloody fucking eyes to my bloody fucking door and you insult me when the delivery boy comes to deliver water like you did yesterday. Doesn't make you a fucking owner. Makes you a cheap cheat. You useless woman. That's a shapeshifter for the real RNL. So let's explain to you. Chitru and Ramesh were meeting Mr. Rajan Lekraj at Cubbon Park along with Ritu Malia, even while I had left the marriage in 5 months. Not that it's a marriage. All bullshit. Bullshit. Shameless as hell. Shameless as hell. Help! Come on, move your ass and do the work. Katka, bye. You don't take positions that way. Katka, bye. Don't do that. You, when you get out of your body, this whole bunch of you scamsters, you're not coming to an end. तुमको हमारे ही सामने आके बात करना है. Every person who got shortchanged but earned it honestly. You've been booked for each and every minute. One thread के अंदर कितने threads उसको एक thread बनाता है, बोलो नस नस जो होता है. You've been accounted for every little thing. This work has started from 2003 without even me knowing about it. No lunch dinners for free. Most certainly not those who earn it honestly. Just because there are people fibbing. Low-lying scumbags who have worked in our home. Kya ek one bloody equipment you find that also stolen from somebody. All the time you're sitting and changing face and form. Kuch bhi kahin pe bhi karega. If that's not scumbag, then what is? Though for those who earn it honestly, you can't grab it. What's going to happen is those who lost it this time are going to get it back. The weapon is to send you away to your earnings. And if you are in debt because of bad karma, so be it. Once and for all the trash gets cleared out. Then after that, empires will start being built. They will pass on generation to generation for at least hundreds of thousands of years to come. Interruptions, if at all it has to come, will come a little later when low lines come back again, start populating on earth. But at least for the next few thousand, how many ever hundreds of thousands of years, is still going to be okay. And that's what is being worked on. I don't do anything. Shirdi Sai Baba, he is the one who's in charge. That's why you have been tolerated. That is why when there is Shirdi Sai Baba who is there in my father's office room, even before I have been born. When I have been born, around 3 months, the first place I have been taken to is all the way to Ahmednagar in Shirdi for blessings. So it's not that the Guru is not there, he is very much there, but he has his own plan. Without by free will doing anything to you, just letting the universe play itself out, automatically things fall in place. Then when it is time, enough has been done. And now it is time to set things in its place and remove things that are not required anymore. They have run their time. They've had their time also in the sun, played around enough. Now it's time to send them home. And that's going to happen. So here we got Mad Ray. So somebody got sent off to the moon, or they were planning to send them off to moon, grab their assets and send the person away into space to die. Or was she on top of the moon? Or was she like mooning over some boy for the money? This has all got to do with grabbing money. New York is known for Manhattan. Manhattan is known for Wall Street. How did you manage to transfer my fucking shares? My father asks RSVP, even for lunch and dinner, at least a week in advance. And he doesn't like that plan being changed. That's the only thing he insists on. He doesn't insist you have to come. He says give one answer, but don't change it afterwards. Last minute don't say you're not turning up after having said okay, I will go for the dinner. That's the only place where he gets a little rigid. But for somebody for lunch and dinner, he has to ask you. And that's etiquette. That's etiquette from the time I've been born. That's etiquette from the time I've been born. I don't barge into anybody's home. Nobody barges into my home. Everyone asks, makes an appointment and keeps the appointment after that. That's how it's always been. Since we were kids. Yeah. Whatever be the case. So how does shares get transferred out and lockers get broken without asking permission? All it takes is say, Jaya, can you give me the key? I want to take this out. If it's my dad, he doesn't even want it. I've given the keys to him of my locker. He has handed it back to me after 1.5 years after I've returned from New Zealand. That was my dad. Then that who broke my locker is who? That who stole my silverware is who? That who transferred my shares is who? That who grabbed the original property papers of Jaswell and Suman Towers, 1401 Suman Towers and 4 Jaswell, first floor, 9 New Marine Lines, Bombay 20 is who? Who are you? So here also there seems to be some kind of connection to the Wall Street and transferring shares out without permission. It's called stealing. Our families don't steal. But if it is Katkabai from Ray Road, Cotton Green, there are too many mouths to feed. If they've done well for themselves, There is a huge bottom of the pyramid that knows about it. Word gets around. Everybody wants a part of that timeshare. And if you don't give to them, they're going to threaten to squeal. And your whole pack of cards comes tumbling, crashing on you if you built an empire on the back of it. They bloody well keep everybody happy. That's how Bombay has grown. Right? Always a sword on your head with that crowd. So you can say mad madder comes from railroad background. Mad madder. How is Reddy connected with you? Mad madder? Reddy all the time they keep doing in my home. I don't know the Reddy. I've heard of the Apollo Hospital Reddys, but I don't know them. तो तू कौन सी? They are not from Ray Road, Baba. They are from Chennai. डॉक्टर के घर में पैदा हो गए हैं 4 लड़कियां, तो दे आर नॉट मैड मैडर. नहीं हो सकते हैं. They can cure your lunacy if they are given a chance. They're doctors. So matter, you are connected with Ray Road in some way. That's all I know. You have also shapeshifted for Varsha along with Nikhil Advani. Nick Nixie Nickel. You are that lot. Nick Nixie Nickel's one version. Whoever is shapeshifting for Kani Advani is very happy in 2007 or 8. He says, he's laughing and he says, Nikhil Advani is, Nikhil eats his dosa with a fork and a knife. But then if you remember, as kids, we're always taken to the club for a swim. After the swim, we always call for food. Or then we go to airlines. Just depends what the do is. But none of us eat the dosa with fork and knife. So Nikhil Advani and Nikhil Advani later who eats with fork and knife is not making sense. He's an outsider. His partner is Mad Madder. These two shapeshift in many forms, according to my understanding. They are abroad. NM? So NM is connected, one version of Mr. Narendra Damodar, late Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi is from this setup only. वो कन्हैया तो नहीं है, because it is his actual his own children. So there is the Katka Bai who commits suicide. In comes in the other Bai who has worked for Suchitra Mirchandani Advani's parents and Suchitra Mirchandani Advani at Sindhu building during the 60s maybe. So she presents herself at my home and starts working in my home for the next 15-18 years, 13 to 18 years. Can't remember exactly when she left. It is she who worked in my home for 13-18 years. Her son is supposed to be shape-shifting for Narendra Damodar Das Modi, who is late and was put into a Nidra state and harassed to the nth degree. It is the shapeshifter's children who are connected with the ISI network and work and support the ISI network, is what the pendulum has insisted many times over. Anyway, it is going back to Ray Road only and to Madder. Madder is not JAYA.ADVANI nor Varsha Advani. I am JAYA.ADVANI. My sister Varsha Advani is supposed to have been removed from her body, murdered, and is not supposed to be alive anymore. her assets have been grabbed by those who were shape-shifting for her. The heavy-handedness is the same thing you did with baby X. By breaking my locker and grabbing the real property papers, the originals, from my locker, yes, you have done that. You also stole my silver. You also transferred shares out of my name without my knowledge. You are A Road Connect. You are that Marathi Katka Bai's relative and that background only. You wore the skin of my father and the other one wore the skin of my sister. Neither of the two of you are really our relatives. What I can't understand is why did you steal my mother's divorce decree from my father, Mr. JAYA.ADVANI? She needed to be divorced before she gets married to Mr. Kiran Merchant, which she did. There was a very good lawyer who did the work. Mr. Vittal Malia's lawyer. She's not going to play around and she's not going to do fraud. You want to call it IB, my ass. Those fights were for real between my mom and dad. Those tapes I have listened to where my father had evidence against my mother's affair. I've already been through all that full bag of tapes, on grounds of which he could get his divorce from her and keep the children. What you are going to argue? You habitual, ugly liar. You stole my passport 96. You stole my identity also. You exchanged us on and on and on. Mr. Mike Holland from Jones Lang Wooten, Jones Lang LaSalle. Where are you from? Ireland. Who do you look like? Michael Douglas. Gabby's your wife. You had a newborn child at that time. Matt Shaw's the other guy. Yes, it must be having some blessings of Mr. Cyrus Mistry. आदमी जब लट्टू होता है ना टट्टू ही बनता है, पता नहीं है कहाँ कहाँ मुंह मारे कौन. Not lattu and tattu for me. I am at the receiving end always, non-stop. Don't know why. I don't know people, but they think it is their bloody haq to fuck around with my life. I am not Madder. My name is not Madder. In my family, people have names like Kanayalal, Kani, Kailash, Mount Kailash, Kaushalya from Ramayan, Kabir, Sant Kabir. You understanding? Ramchand. Ramchandra jo hota hai, Ramji. Parvati, who is Shivji's wife. Mr. Ramesh comes to Ram. You getting my drift? What I'm trying to tell you? You're madder, no one talks like this. It's not considered auspicious. And another thing, in my family, girls who are born in the family are never asked to do household work. It is considered very bad karma. It is considered very bad karma. In our home, our parents never ask us to do work. They always hire staff to do the work. The staff is the staff. Girls, when they get married, hopefully they find boys of equal stature or better, who are fully staffed. Not Katka by bloody background, shape-shifting to be fucking things they just can't be. Secret of the great success, secret of the grand success, secret of what you did, insulting me. Next birth onwards, when you are busy being parasite in pig shit, camel shit, swamp water, boiling water, earthquakes, volcanoes, parasitic as hell, not to show that ugly Atma above to any bloody eye. My next birth will happen at that point in time. I will have 100 male servants working at my home one of the 4 categories as enjoined in the ancient scriptures. Whatever my birth be, I will live it the way it's meant to be, with no bloody grey and no fucking stealing and lying and fibbing, grabbing stuff not given to me by birth. You understood? And that is established loudly, clearly, openly, because it was shown to me, and Shirdi Sai Baba was the only factor that makes it authentic. The only time he has ever shown himself in a dream. Not ever before, not ever after. It was the year 2017. It was a deep state dream in which he has shown me himself. He has never been there, not before, not after. Afterwards, I've had visions while doing my prayers. That's different. The deep state dream sleep in which he has presented himself to me in the year 2017, not once before, not once after have I ever had that experience. And whenever I have checked with him, he has said, no, it is an eventuality, it is going to come to pass, whenever it is. And I'm okay with it, it's not this birth. Nor am I interested in this birth. I'm 52 years old, 53 years old. You have leached off me, sponged off me energetically. Stinking Atma that you are. So any which ways, this birth is to make sure thrash is removed. Once that thrash is removed, not ever to be seen ever in the future. My meal also, no, frankly, dinner and lunch I don't have unless everything is neat and clean. I can't eat in a mess. Yeah, because we always have staff 6 people. Whenever we have dinner, they take care of everything. That whole house is spick and span. Dinner on the table, as it's supposed to be, according to who's hired to bring that bloody meal to the table. Lay the fucking table. We are owners of the house, we pay the salary, we sit over there and eat. 6 people working in our home. You want to bring it down? 3 afterwards. Minimum 3. We're spending the money giving somebody employment. You messed with everybody's karma, fibbing, lying, stinkingly stealing, creating chaos. So anyway, my upbringing is my upbringing. I can't stay in a fucking warehouse, go down, crumpling, rumpling walls. I'm not comfortable. I'm used to things being in its place and staff doing the work. But if I've decided now not to have staff, I don't want the stink of your energy by way of association you're stealing. By way of association you steal. You bloody rat shit. Garbage trash from a trash can. So till the time you're not busted out, my home will run differently, not because I am the staff, you stinking bitch, but because I own my home and I decide when I don't want staff in my home. You stinking bitch. Did you understand, you bloody cheap, scum dwelling, sewer dweller from a go down, bloody garbage from a garbage shithole. Don't you dare cross lines with me. Did you understand? More than me, Shirdi Sai Baba is now going to break your network. And how? But the best job is not breaking your network as much as when you're going to exit out of your body. Yamma with his buffalo, along with his servants, called the Yamdoots, come now to kick your ass on that buffalo's back. But he will not carry you. That buffalo will run on you and make you go to your earned realm. That'll be the best part. You understood? Go to hell. Come on. So he also may be a shapeshifter from connected to railroad only. Katka bhai. पीएम का रोल जो है एक बहुत सीरियस रोल होता है. First and foremost, a prime minister does not have the right to have stand-ins for him. That itself is unethical. That's unethical, man. Highly unethical. Unethical. If there is a man from a background that is not that great, but he becomes a PM on his own, he doesn't have shapeshifters for him. Here, I have PM2, PM12, PM11 on my Amazon parcels. What's the connect? The connect is that the same bunch from here, criminals, got rid of Bezos and his wife, luring him. New Zealand time. What am I told by Chandru uncle? Kani is very clever. He will take out the advantage of this also. So that was planned, but that was not Mr. Kani Advani, I'm pretty sure. It could be somebody who was CRISPR'd as Kani Advani along the way, and that's why Elon's camp keeps calling it multiple universe. It's not multiple universe, it's face doubles, anything between 3 to 6 to 10 to 12. Confusing everything. It's nothing else. There's no multiple universe. There are 15 realms, 14 realms for everybody to understand, but that's when you leave the body and go. You are what you call atom molecule, you are actually air, atmosphere. But yeah, you can be atom molecule all the way, we're going down into the sea, then way beyond the terrain, below the sea. There are plenty of places. What is interesting about this is no more. It's supposed to be नमो, लेकिन ये अब है ही नहीं, no more है, निकल चुका है. You know about it or you don't know about it. When you have 12 shapeshifters, 11 shapeshifters, if I can clone one person, then I can clone the clone also. The clone just has to do something that displeases me. That clone is very displaceable and is highly dispensable. It's churning. Ol no mo re yere yen. जैपो को इन्वॉल्व किया है कहाँ से? या येन के जापानीज करेंसी यूज करके जैपो बन रहा है वॉल स्ट्रीट पे? Can't go with your own face. Dress like a Japo, wear the Japo identity. At the end of the day, जप्पा नहीं है, जप्पा पप्पा कुछ नहीं है. जप्पा का मतलब कटका बाई. No जप्पा पप्पा, none of that. Japo is Japo, Japanese जो होता है. जैसे सिंधी पापड़ वैसे Japanese Japo. Right? So you have gone wearing the identity and the ego of the Japanese while you were screwing around on where? Wall Street? What? You keep a keeper? No, I don't keep no keeper, and you most certainly don't keep me. Hey, you don't keep me. Other than fucking lying, recording reels and shit on somebody else's business, misusing Bezos' business. You don't know anything else. Bezos is no more. Bezos, if he wanted to do all this shit, he would have done this ages ago. He built a business with a different mission and goal and vision. You misuse his SATA drive, his e-commerce platform, to sell products and also to code and to QR code as well as barcode, and to misuse that, even doing haram work of selling some products that are not okay through his website. He's no more. There are supposed to be पता नहीं कितने लोग हैं, 2-3 हैं जो वो बनते हैं. One of them is definitely SL. The guy who got married, the back is like SL. Bezos' face is very different. Bezos' energy also is very different. The guy who got married is SL. There are some things he cannot change. No more mere yere. Not sure what it means. You find out what it is. What to do with RL? So maybe one person shapeshifted for Namu and RL. RL is a taller guy. He's about 5'9", yeah, I think he's about 5'9" in height. 5'9" in height minimum. 5'9", 5'9.5" in height. There's nothing about the beast over here. This is all there is. What I can ask her is this what you wanted to say? And if this is what you want to say, is there anything else you want to say? Okay, can I ask you, darling? This throw is what you wanted to say, some stuff out of here. Did you get a chance to say what you wanted to say? Is it got to do with Ray Road, darling? Are you the Ray Road pack? Were you shapeshifted for by the Ray Road pack ever? Okay, I'm speaking to whom, can I ask you? You are my mom, Anu Sadrangani, who's talking. You are my sister, Varsha.ADVANI, file name Cat, who's talking. You are my aunt, Suchitra Mirchandani Advani, who's talking. You are my dad, Kani Advani, who's talking. You Kiran uncle. Kiran uncle, it is you, because I was told last night to give chas. So I know chas means it is mostly either you or mama. It is you who's talking. So you gave me a simple read to do today, but primarily talking about matter connected with Ray Road. Tell me one thing, was she the Khatka Bai, which means the Jharu Katka Pocha Bai? Connected with the old woman who was doing Jharu Katka Pocha and dusting in Jaswell? It is her network, that is the useless network that does all the stealing, along with Papa's ex-domestic help called Carmeline Fernandez's daughter, Rosie Fernandez, who was the secretary, and her network of children and whatever. They're the ones who have been scamming, lying, stealing. Don't know if there's a mass exodus also. mass exodus of people. So they are a criminal network primarily. The driver Muthuswamy also is involved in this criminal network. He was staying in Dharavi. So they all have been changing face. They change face and present themselves as family members. They keep interchanging people. So the domestic helps go and meet one original, and the other original goes and meets the other domestic help at different location, intercepting calls and communication. This is how they have created a big mess. So are you putting it out very clearly, calling out the criminals and the criminal network for who they are, taking names, calling them out with their names, who have to be caught? Full confidence you are saying those are the people to be caught? They have spread themselves in lots of institutions and lots of the family setups. The who's who around the world. There's one agent who was working at UB City from Philippines. She said she was murdered in 2015 and replicated. Is she with you, Kiran uncle? Is that lady with you? Okay, then let it be, because if you can find out from her if when she was murdered and replicated or just murdered, whether they murdered her to get her genome so they could use her genes to send people after 2015 into Philippines to create the same mess that they've created in India and in other parts of the world, if that was the reason why she was removed, so that she could be replicated and sent back into Philippines, and then to be a springboard for more criminals and criminal activity in the Philippines. If that can be done, that would be lovely. Okay, can I close this read now, since you have said matter is connected with matter? Did matter ever shapeshift for Varsha? Did matter ever shapeshift for Jaya, the holder of the pendulum? Did matter ever shapeshift for Anu Sadrangani? Did matter ever shapeshift at Ritu Malia's home? Did matter actually shapeshift for Kaushik Gupta also? Is matter the same girl connected with Nixie Nickel, the brother-sister team who are checking their noses out and comparing it and saying they are the real brothers and the real brother-sister? 1997, 1998, 1999 is when this incident happens. They say Jaya has gone on Kailash Aunty, but actually Nikhil and Varsha are more like real brother-sister. Jaya's gone and Jaya is more like Kabir Gupta. Is it that there are two people? For Nikhil Advani and for Varsha Advani, real siblings were picked up to play the role of Varsha and Nikhil. For Jaya Advani and Kabir Gupta, were two siblings also picked up to shapeshift for Jaya Advani, who's me, and Kabir Gupta? Did they do the same thing, but from the same country of India? Kabir and Jaya Advani's identity was from India. So my identity and the real Kabir Gupta's identity was from a country outside of India. Varsha Advani and Nikhil Advani's identity was from India. The ones who shapeshifted, they were from India. Can I ask you one thing? Mena auntie has a son and a daughter. They work in the banking industry. Were they ever involved in the shape shifting? The miscreants tried to blame Mena auntie and Binu Masi in any way, recording any kind of reels. Okay, is Mama over here? Mama is not here. Varsha also is not here. They've gone where? They're sleeping. They're resting. The ones who have recently passed on, they're helping them in some way. Or they're busy with that, is it? With the ones who have recently passed over. What is it? These people go for a judgment, because today there was a very heavy judgment. But I don't know where I got it from. Okay, so Mama, Varsha and most of them are busy with that. Okay, so what I want to do is, with your permission, can I close this session? Thank you so much for the guidance. But can I close this session, please? Okay, thank you very much, Kiran uncle. I hope you enjoy this little chas that I've offered, along with whatever little vegetarian food that I've offered. Okay, I'm going to close this session over here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm closing this over here. It is the 1st of September 2025, 15:41, nearly 4 in the afternoon. Okay, so I'll close this at this point.